Well, why do I love KUSF? I was involved with community radio stations in Davis. I was involved with KDVS in high school. I was also 90.3 FM for a little while. I volunteered. I never got a slot while I was there. I was in high school as a sophomore at the time, so I was pressed with homework. So I couldn't devote myself to staying up for 4 hours in the middle of the night on a weekday afternoon, weekday morning rather. KDVS and KUSF are both outlets for independent music. That's really the only way you can hear stuff like that on public radio. I mean, if you turn on the radio now, what are you gonna find? You're gonna find the same 12 songs on repeat, plus commercials, the same commercials on repeat. And really, you're hearing what? How much commercials are really being played to music, really, and to other DJs talking. It's kind of all the same thing, all the same thing. The entire spectrum of radio stations is all kind of the same garbage on repeat. Whether it's this flavor of garbage or another flavor of garbage. KUSF was kind of the only thing that you could play really whatever you want. And our library had thousands of options, and even though we were pressured, all new music DJs. We were told to play 75% currents, or at least 50, preferably 75% of the stuff we play we had in our current section, which is all stuff that we got in the past 3 months. We kept it in there for 3 months, and we kind of get brownie points for playing it. We got to check it off, and we got a special number next to it. So this band was titled as this number, and for 3 months we played on heavy rotation. And then most of our shows were 50 to 75% currents, and then 50% of it was just random shit from the library that we just pulled out from whatever we wanted. And that was great because there's things that haven't been put to light, haven't been put on air, haven't been spun in decades, man, if ever, on any of the radio stations. So, I mean, it really gave a chance to people, the community, to really listen to something that they haven't heard before. And I talked to many listeners, loyal listeners, been there, listening since early 90s, whatever. They was telling me, yeah, man, I listen to KUSF, and there's some stuff I don't like, and it's cool, but just hang out another 10 minutes longer, and then something I will like comes up. And I've heard so many bands that I would have never heard otherwise because of KUSF. He has a full-time job. Most of them have full-time jobs. They're all working adults. They have families. They have things tying them down where they can't really go out and experience new music. KUSF was that avenue for new music and for independent artists to kind of get their roots in the ground. We were talking about down the street, Ty Siegel was an alumni of USF, and his record was #1. A couple of his records were #1 in our list for a while. It's a huge success, and KUSF sponsored a lot of his shows. We sponsor a lot of shows. We used to give tickets away a lot every day to several venues. We actually did a lot here at ATA. But without KUSF, without the station kind of reaching out to the community, a lot of these shows are kind of going unheard. No one's really promoting them anymore. We are tabling 2 shows tonight, but they're all, I wasn't aware of them. I have no resource. No one's calling me. I'm not going in anymore to call in tickets. I have no idea what's going on. I'm out of the loop. I've kind of been excised from new music in San Francisco, which kind of sucks. But I mean, it's all we got to find out. How we're going to get back together and keep the music scene alive in San Francisco. Because the way it is now, with all age venues, non-existent, the punk scene is totally dead. Except that Veloso is still around. It's you get bars, and the bars, they kind of we do have a relationship with them. We do have a lot of promotions, a lot of flyers going out. But the community is just it's starting to not crumble, but it's getting hit pretty hard. Community radio is a staple for a community that has no overt presence in the world. I mean, you don't see KUSF listeners all around as one social entity where they, you can see the shirts, but you don't actually look around and say, oh, these guys are all know what's up through KUSF. It's all something, it's underground, very much underground. You need to listen to the radio to be informed. Otherwise, you need to talk to somebody who already knows, or there's no higher power telling folks what's going on anymore at the moment. So far, we're changing that.